Good evening, Postal family. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Saeed. How's everybody doing this Monday evening? Well, I already know how everybody's doing. The mood is very somber. I was finishing up my route and a text came by on my cell phone, Nalc. Obviously, we're waiting arbitration, and so clicked on it. Now I wish I hadn't clicked on it, man. It's just hard to believe right now. We all are in a shock right now. Well, not all of us. Most of us, a lot of people already knew this guy, Rent Fraud. We didn't, expect too much from him. But man, for it to be exactly identical to the tentative agreement that we rejected is kind of shocking. So what did this Mr. Nolan arbitrator do? What did he do? He just signed on the same tentative agreement within a couple. Just took a couple of days, a week, and passed it right along. As soon as we saw that picture the first time, the arbitration, all three of them sitting in there, had a gut feeling something is wrong. It's not gonna go our way, and sure enough, I knew it was gonna be bad, but not identical to that crap tentative agreement. Man, this is this is a disaster on monumental proportions. I mean, how many carriers? I feel for all the carriers that are struggling in the larger states. Some even living out of their cars. We're expecting something, some kind of decent raise, but now we gotta wait till 2026 when a new president comes in, and it's very difficult right now. First, if you're new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I do, love to do. Thanks everybody for the comments. Keep giving the channel the thumbs up, really helps out the algorithm. And everything you all do for me, I really appreciate it. All my supporters, thank you so much for everything you all do. All the informative comments. I love me some comments. So thanks so much for the comments. I'm working on getting back with everybody. So stay patient. I'll get back to you if you left me a question or something like that. But just the mood today with this arbitrator Nolan releasing the exact same tentative agreement that we rejected, and it's just a disgrace. Carriers, we deserve a whole lot better. We've been waiting 600 plus days, close to 700 days, and now to end up even with arbitration failing us, that's a really big slap on the face, punch on the face, whatever you want to call it. We're not appreciated by any means, and this one hurts bad. I mean, we had hopes. We rejected the tentative agreement. Said, okay, let's take it to arbitration. Arbitrator Nolan has a good history. But, for him to do us like this is unreal. I mean, we knew we had failed with rent fraud, but Nolan would have looked at it and say, look, in comparison to other places, carriers deserve a lot more. But no, it didn't go that way. He just tagged on, signed on the tentative agreement that Renfro just slided over to him. He just signed on to it, and there you go. Probably the quickest arbitration he's probably ever done, and we can. At this point, we really don't know what took place, how all of a sudden this failure of arbitration result. Just don't get it. So I'm just gonna go over it. I know we don't want to hear it, but I just want to go over the little bit of the details. Arbitrator Nolan issues award, sets terms for 23-26 national agreement. Arbitrator Dennis R. Nolan has issued a final and binding arbitration award that sets the terms of a 3-year collective bargaining agreement between National Association of Letter Carriers and U.S. Postal Service. NALC President Brian L. Renfro announced on March 24. Pursuant to agreement reached by parties on February 26, arbitrator Nolan conducted mediation with the parties in Washington, D.C. Some mediation, so while serving as the sole and neutral arbitrator. We were hoping to resolve their collective bargaining impasse. He issued the award on March 21st. President Renfro issued the following statement. We are pleased that the award, we are pleased, of course your ass is pleased. You probably got a bonus from USPS giving us chump change for finalizing. This guy, he's done all the carriers wrong. Some bad vibes around him, man. There's powers that we don't know. You heard this many carriers. There's bound to be something. It's a full circle. So, dude, stuff's coming, man. I mean, bad vibes, bad aura, bad karma you want to call it. So he better watch out. We are pleased that the award includes consistent pay increases with the largest annual general wage increase since 2006 national agreement. And six cost of living adjustments as well as full back pay for all hours worked. The terms awarded also address our key objectives regarding higher starting pay and further increasing top step pay, where letter carriers spend most of their career at the salary on which retirement calculations are based. During the interest arbitration process, we fought for wage increases and rebuffed arguments based on the Postal Service's financial difficulty. Postal Service's financial difficulty? Really? Their difficulty? But management and all the higher ups, man, the carriers are not dumb. We do see all the raises they keep getting, right? Difficulty is the wrong word. When it comes to carriers, the word is difficulty. Previous interest arbitration boards have cited such arguments to justify increasing our share of health insurance premiums and reductions in back pay. This award contains no changes to these or other provisions that could negatively impact pay for letter carriers. It only moves us forward. Sure does move us forward. It moves us forward to the next president. In recent years, we've reduced the CCA workforce by 15,000 positions, added 12,000 career PTF positions, and we moved to transition to Postal Service flexible workforce from 100% non-career to now over 30% PTFs using MOUs we've negotiated. The national agreement resulting from the award will allow us to continue the process in pursuit of our goal of all career workforce. This award follows years of work by NALC, including its officers, staff attorneys, consultants, expert witnesses, who diligently put together the case for interest arbitration. Dude, who are you kidding, man? Are you kidding writing this thing? Years? It took years. I know we know the time, but you didn't do anything. You barely open your mouth for us carriers, dude. I hope you're a carrier again once you're kicked out of NALC or, your time is up. You will be a carrier and you will be going through this. I thank all the members of NALC for their activism and involvement throughout the collective bargaining process. Here are some of the highlights of the contract, which covers the period of May 21st, 2023 to May 22nd, 2026. Wage provisions. 3 general increases and 6 COLAs were awarded. Arbitrator Nolan awarded general wage increases of a whopping 1.3% in November of 23, paid retroactively. 1.4% in November 2024. So it just went up. Where's the cost of living adjustment. I mean, where the 1.4%, 1.5 in November of 21, so 1% increase, it's just 0.4. These increases exceed the general wage increases pattern established in collective bargaining agreements between Postal Service and other postal unions in previous round of collective bargaining. The award also provides the payment of 6 COLAs to career letter carriers using the formula that has been included in Article 9.3 for many years. The carriers equal protection against inflation. There's the word. He uses it in own self. Inflation. So what is this pennies that you're giving us has to do with inflation? How does that help the carriers? Point blank. How does that help? See, can't ask. He doesn't answer. He never answers in any meeting. Now, he's going to be well hidden. He doesn't, anything you text him, any kind of message on X, all of that is blocked. He never answers. It's unreal, guys. It's unreal. I can't believe I'm reading this. That proportional COLA provides all carriers equal protection against inflation. 4 of these COLAs totaling, look at this, 2,725 per year at Step P will be paid retroactively. The amounts of final 2 COLAs will, as usual, depend on the Labor Department's consumer price. CCA pay increases. CCAs will receive 3 additional 1% increase for cumulative general wage increases of 2.3% in November 2023 paid retroactively. 2.4% in November 2024 paid retroactively. And 2.5% in November within 180 days of the date of arbitration award. CCA will receive an additional 50 cents per hour pay increase. This increase is in addition to cumulative general increases. So CCAs and PTFs, they want to help out, because the starting wage is way low in comparative to the other places. So they just want to help them out as much as they can. They just forgot about the other step carriers, who've done their time and earned their way, whatever time they've done. They just forget about them. They're already stuck inside. We'll just help out our CCAs and PTFs the most. Pay table modifications. Steps AA and A will be eliminated. So before on the actual tentative agreement, I had read somewhere it was AA and AB that were eliminated. So now he's just eliminating AA and A from Table 2, raising starting career pay by 4.5%. CCAs converted to career PTF position will see wages rise by more than, get this, $4.31 per hour. That's unreal. So they'll be right there with the career force that have done their time, got their yearly wage increases, and these guys here just jump up and boom, they're right there. How's that fair in any means? I know CCAs, PTFs, they work hard really, we appreciate them. They're, they work with us, they assist us. That's what we all been there, CCAs. But how is this fair? They just get a jump for $4. I mean, inflation is affecting the regular, carriers as well. So what do we do wrong not to get something like this? I mean, additionally, the annual rate of Step P Tables 1 and 2 will be increased by 1,000 annually. This increase is in addition to general wage increases and COLAs mentioned above. Both of these modifications will be effective within 180 days of the date of arbitration. Retroactive back pay provisions. Full back pay for all letter carriers covering all paid hours since expiration of 2019-23 was awarded by the arbitrator. Back pay calculations will include November 18, 2023 to November 23, 24 general wage increases plus the 1% additional increase for CCAs on those dates. Uniforms. All letter carriers will receive the following uniform allowance. May 21st, 2025, 536 plus an additional 125 for newly eligible carrier. May 21 to 549 plus an additional for newly eligible carrier. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Unused portions of this amount will fall over into the next year. Layoff protection. The no layoff clause that protects letter carriers after 6 years of service as a career employee is also retained. The existing prohibitions against contracting out city health insurance, the employee's share of health insurance remains the same. Dude, you didn't do anything. You're the biggest failure in history of NALC, dude. Medical health insurance contributions, nothing. Stays the same. Wow, insanity, guys. Insanity, carriers. Insanity. This guy flopped the biggest. We didn't know Arbitrator Nolan was gonna really do us like that. I mean, what did we ever do to this guy? I mean, one side you have USPS guy, he has the smirk, they don't want to give us anything. The other side you have our nonsense rent fraud sitting. But you had the brain, you should have think, that what am I doing? This 1%, it's 2025, and I think he looked at the situation that you remember what before we always been talking, he's not going to look at the situation, the USPS showing losses of 9 billion, whatever. He did look at that apparently, and coincidentally, there it is, the 1 point something percent increase. So guys, I mean, I'm not going to put my head down. I mean, it is frustrating, but my life motto is positivity. You know that. Whatever God had better for us, then so be it. Life goes on. But I feel for all my carriers, all the carriers in different places that, were expecting a decent increase. Their situations are not as good. So I just feel hurt for them. We all are in a struggle in this thing. We were all hoping for something much better, but it didn't come through. So, on the bright side, you just gotta wait till 2026 now. I mean, I don't know when the new president comes in. As you know, I'm with James Henry. You guys, a lot of comments. You talk about Cariff as well. So, but me personally, I'm with James Henry. So that's our hope now. There was some talk about, something can be done to Renfro. What can be done? I mean, the arbitration, it's all over with. How can you hold him accountable now legally? I mean, what law did he break? I mean, nothing of that caliber. So, we got to stay positive. I know it's very tough right now, you guys. This result hit us hard. I mean, I was shaken up. I mean, I couldn't believe it for a second. I had to reload the page again and again just to make sure I'm reading it correctly. And then I texted my shop steward, and sure enough, the news got out. She was devastated as well, and all across the nation, I'm sure all the carriers devastated, and we were hoping, we had big hopes, and just hits home. But tomorrow's a new day. Keep your head up. One sort of positivity I like to pass is you always look at people above you. You don't look at people, you look at people beneath you who doesn't have what you have. You don't look at the people above, like with more money, they have more than you. So that kind of relaxes your brain, like, it is what it is. There's people in much more dire situations than us. So if you think of it that way, there's a lot of positivity, helps you get by better. So, but it does hurt. This one's gonna hurt a few days, but we work hard. Just focus on work. I mean, there's no point in draining ourselves with depression and pain and whatnot. Live happy for your families, your kids, your wife, whatever it may be, mom, dad, that's all we can do right now, day to day. This thing is done, is settled, arbitration is over with. Basically identical tentative agreement, everything on it, just Arbitrator Nolan blindfoldly just signed off on it. And he said, oh, wow, this is going to be quick. Sir, Mr. Renford, okay, there you go. Boom, he's out of there. Wow. Guys, keep your head up. That's all I can say at this point. I mean, there's no point in being down. It is what it is. Life goes on. A lot of carriers are disappointed. They were expecting some decent increase, more than this 1%, but it didn't develop. So keep your head up. Whatever God has in store better for us, we'll definitely get it. Granted, we'll have to wait for the new president and see what kind of, whoever it may be. Like I said, I'm with James Henry. So these months, a long summer, and the trucks is another thing that wasn't addressed. So we'll have fun in the summer again, and get those fans out and fun stuff, guys. Fun stuff. Stay positive. Stay positive. Can be a whole lot worse, but it is what it is, guys. Stay good. Stay positive, most of all. Stay safe out there. Keep your heads up. It's tough right now, but all I can say is keep your heads up for your families. Stay happy, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys. Stay focused. Saeed out.